Okay, eye cataracts are responsible for over 40% of blindness around the world. Can drinking tea regularly slow the growth of cataracts? We can't test this on people, so we use rats as subjects. Researchers injected 18 young rats with a substance that causes cataracts. They randomly assigned the 6 rats to each treatment group. One group had a black tea extract, the second group had green tea extract, a third got a placebo. Researchers measured the growth of cataracts in all 18 rats over the next 6 weeks. They found that rats in the black tea group had an 8% slower rate of cataract growth. Rats in the green tea group had a 5% slower rate of cataract growth. Researchers suggest that drinking both green tea and black tea regularly may help slow the growth of cataracts. Is this an experiment or an observational study? It's an experiment. And we know that because the rats were randomly assigned to groups. And they were randomly assigned to a treatment and a control group. So that's another important part of it. Okay. Identify response variable and explanatory variable. Again, vocabulary is really important on this test. So you have to know all the sampling methods. But you also have to know these variables. So what's a response variable? Okay, and what's the explanatory? So the response variable is what did you actually measure? And they were measuring growth rate of cataracts. Okay, so that's what we were actually measuring in this study, the growth rate of cataracts. The explanatory variable, okay, in that case it would be drinking tea. Or even just tea, okay? All right, notice it is not tea and the placebo, okay? I get that mistake a lot, that students think it's the two things. The placebo is just what we're comparing the explanatory variable to. We need something as a comparison, but it doesn't mean that it's our explanatory. So what could explain? What are we wanting to see? We want to see, does drinking tea have an effect on the growth rate of cataracts? What are the experimental units? Again, this is just vocabulary. Experimental units. Those are the 18 rats. Okay? It's just another word for subjects. All right, just another word for subjects. What are the treatments? Here's where you list all your treatment groups. So we have green tea, black tea, and placebo. Okay, so notice I did include placebo here, all right, even though I didn't when I was talking about the explanatory variable. That's different. Now I'm talking about the treatments, and I have to list each of the treatment groups. The one thing, that this is not a question, okay, but I'm going to include it because there is a question like this on the test. What is the replication? Okay, all right, what is the replication? And in this case, the replication is 6 because there are 6 rats in each treatment group. It is not 18, it is not 3 because there are 3 treatment groups, it's 6. There are 6 in each group. So we're seeing if we can replicate the results among those 6 rats. So again, this will definitely be a question. Then it says make a flow chart to give a visual representation. So we start with the injection. Okay. Then we have the random assignment. Okay. And what are they randomly assigned to? Green tea, black tea, placebo. Okay, then obviously I would have that here. We measure the growth. We measure the growth in each group. Measure the growth. And then we compare. Okay. All right, so that's just a very simple, very bare bones flow chart that would tell us